other Americans. What are we doing? We're supposed to be standing up for each other. We're supposed to be helping each other. But you think you're doing the right thing? No, you're not. You're afraid. And you think if you get worked up over some bullshit conspiracy nonsense that won't make you afraid?
I love this city. I don't want to destroy it. Donald Trump wants to destroy not only the city, but the country, and eventually he could destroy the world. When Trump ran in 2016, it was like a joke. This buffoon running for president. No, never could happen. We'd forgotten the lessons of history that showed us other clowns who weren't taken seriously until they became vicious dictators. With Trump, we have a second chance.
It's great being here in Toronto. It's an exciting project, and our partners are really, really terrific people, and hopefully we'll do other things together too. And I just want to make a note of apology for the idiotic behavior of my president. That's a disgrace.
Robert De Niro just torched Caroline Levitt and her tangerine puppet master Donald Trump on live TV, and it was brutal. Imagine a legendary mob boss walking into a MAGA lovefest and unloading a dictionary full of insults with sniper precision. This wasn't a political jab, it was a cinematic execution. De Niro didn't just clap back, he detonated. Levitt shook, Trump roasted medium well. Hollywood drama just met real-world meltdown. And trust us, Scorsese couldn't have scripted it better. Hit that subscribe button if you're loving the chaos.
Trust in President Trump. He knows what he's doing. This is a proven economic formula.
I hate bullies, thugs who use their strength to push other people around. They think they can achieve power and hang on to it by intimidating others. Sadly, sometimes it works, but most of the time it doesn't. And now we have Trump. He's all that.
Robert De Niro doesn't play safe. He doesn't do both sides. And he sure as hell doesn't sugarcoat. This isn't some fading A-lister chasing headlines. This is a cinematic assassin with decades of receipts and zero patience for political clowns. Caroline Levitt wasn't just outmatched. She walked into a buzzsaw wrapped in a Bronx accent. De Niro's not here for photo ops or PR gloss. He's been calling out BS since before Levitt knew how to spell GOP. Grumpy uncle? Maybe. Sharpshooter with a verbal kill shot? Absolutely.
Extending the Abraham Accord. Mr. Whitcomb, the president said he wants to...
Yeah, thank you. Can you direct traffic? Yeah, thanks.
Let's act like adults here. They are generously offering their time to answer your questions. You don't need to scream at them like a bunch of school children. Ouija, go ahead.
Robert De Niro doesn't play safe. He doesn't do both sides. And he sure as hell doesn't sugarcoat. This isn't some fading A-lister chasing headlines. This is a cinematic assassin with decades of receipts and zero patience for political clowns. Caroline Leavitt wasn't just outmatched. She walked into a buzzsaw wrapped in a Bronx accent. De Niro's not here for photo ops or PR gloss. He's been calling out BS since before Levitt knew how to spell GOP. Grumpy uncle? Maybe. Sharpshooter with a verbal kill shot? Absolutely.
Karen.
Do you know if Mr. Musk took the same oath that you and other senior advisors to the president took about adhering to the Constitution, following the law? Do you know if he took that oath?
I don't know the answer to that question, but like I told Caitlin, I can get back to you guys on that.
Trump's always been De Niro's go-to target, and for good reason. But this time, he went for someone even more laughable, Caroline Levitt. Think Trump, but with TikTok energy and zero self-awareness. She's basically a talking bumper sticker with a blowout and a Wi-Fi connection. De Niro didn't just roast her, he dismantled her like a faulty campaign app in front of a live audience. Forget political discourse. This was a masterclass in humiliation.
At the end, he says, "Wake up, punchy," he says to you. And that's not the only time. And he moved over to Truth Social. Robert De Niro, whose acting talents have greatly diminished with his reputation now shot, must even use a teleprompter for his foul and disgusting language. So disrespectful to our country. Now, in all fairness to the former president, is that true? Do you have to use a teleprompter when speaking about President Trump? Or are you able to just kind of riff on your thoughts on him?
Yeah, he's so stupid.
De Niro grabbed the mic, saw Trump and Levitt doing their patriotism with a side of sabotage act, and went nuclear. He torched the MAGA script, lit it up like bad fan fiction, and drop-kicked it straight into oblivion. This wasn't commentary. It was a full-throttle obliteration wrapped in fury and delivered with precision. De Niro didn't miss. He never does.
We're in a very bad situation. I remember you and I about 5-6 years ago talking. I'm down at the Spring Studios, something about, I said, what just happened, just happened. No, it didn't. Didn't happen. It's all about truth. And what we have here is a denial of truth all over the place. And even the speech that he made after is insane. It's just insane, and I'm very, very concerned about it. I think
Robert De Niro, Hollywood's reigning king of "I'm too seasoned for this circus," just cracked open a political piñata, outspilled Caroline Leavitt, Donald Trump, and a flood of mega-grade delusion. He survived mob wars on screen, but even he looked stunned by the parade of right-wing nonsense clogging today's media. And when he'd finally had it, De Niro didn't just respond, he went full Scorsese finale. Guns blazing, truth grenades flying, and no mercy in sight.
White House official made the decision to bar the AP reporter from the Oval Office and the diplomatic reception room last night.
Well, first of all, let me just set the record straight. It is a privilege to cover this White House. It's a privilege to be the White House press secretary. And nobody has the right to go into the Oval Office and ask the President of the United States questions. That's an invitation that is given. And there are hundreds of outlets on this campus, many of you in this room who don't have the privilege of being part of that pool every single day and getting to ask the President questions. We reserve.
Caroline Levitt, if you haven't had the pleasure, is what happens when a Trump intern and a Fox News comment section decide to raise a ring light baby. She's been hyped as MAGA's Gen Z reboot. Same rage, same gaslighting, just wrapped in a Snapchat filter and TikTok attitude. Think Kayleigh McEnany cosplay with less data and more decibels. That's what pulled De Niro's trigger. Not boredom, not a CNN audition, but pure, boiling frustration at watching democracy turn into a parody of itself. And someone gave him a mic. Big mistake for them.
When it comes to tariffs, the president has been very tough on China, not just now with 20% and more with the reciprocal tariffs that will hit on April 2nd. But look at what he did in his first term. There were billions of dollars worth of tariffs that he implemented on China. And it's quite telling that the previous administration did not rescind those tariffs because they realized the value that they had in not only deterring China, but also raising revenue here in the United States.
De Niro stared down the MAGA circus like a fed-up team leader stuck with a useless partner yelling fake news. Caroline Levitt was target one, not because she matters, but because she's loud, smug, and dying to be Trump's Gen Z heir. She sells truth like a sketchy car lot sells lemons. Confident, but hollow. De Niro didn't just disagree, he shredded her logic like a soggy meatball sub, bloated, messy, and collapsing on impact.
Did you know that the Trump administration has freed more than half of Americans from around the world, have brought more than half of the number that Joe Biden brought home in 4 years? Donald Trump has done it in 8.
She wasn't just towing the party line, she was breakdancing on it like her Fox News audition reel depended on it. Then De Niro leveled up. He moved past the hype girl and went straight for the quarterback, the Trump administration. 4 years of chaos where facts were fiction, empathy got ghosted, and Twitter turned into the official press room. De Niro didn't hold back. He painted Trump as the architect of a full-blown fantasy land. Welcome to Trump world. Bleach as medicine, hurricanes edited with Sharpies, and daily briefings that felt like karaoke night at a truck stop.
We're Americans. What are we doing? We're supposed to be standing up for each other. We're supposed to be helping each other. What, you think you're doing the right thing? No, you're not. You're afraid. And you think if you get worked up over some bullshit conspiracy nonsense that won't make you afraid?
Do you think our democracy is at risk in this election?
I think that it is. I always keep saying democracy is great, of course. But democracy people take for granted. It's a word that some people don't even understand. They take it for granted. It's about right and wrong, period. The guy's a monster. He is beyond wrong. It's almost like he wants to do the most horrible things that he can think of in order to get a rise out of us. I don't know what it is.
I love this city. I don't want to destroy it. Donald Trump wants to destroy not only the city, but the country, and eventually he could destroy the world. When Trump ran in 2016, it was like a joke. This buffoon running for president. No, never could happen. We'd forgotten the lessons of history that showed us other clowns who weren't taken seriously until they became vicious dictators. With Trump, we have a second chance.
De Niro didn't just call out MAGA, he exposed the hollow game. He showed that politics isn't about performance, but real truth. Caroline Leavitt trying to carry Trump's torch is just a louder version of the same tired ideas. De Niro's takedown was a masterclass in clarity, showing that logic and facts hit harder than any tweet. While the MAGA crowd clings to loyalty and slogans, De Niro's been warning about the erosion of norms and the dangers of blind allegiance to Trump. It wasn't about party lines, it was about truth versus performance. And De Niro reminded us, truth doesn't need a campaign, it just needs a platform.